in a world where Germany exists and they have video game stuff sometimes. That's right, you can turn to the Neon Pocket Dimension, a place where you could be nerdy all day long, all night long. It's kind of like a bag of holding, but for nerdiness. Because the bags of holding, they don't judge you for anything, right? They just exist to contain things. I am Jacob. I'm here with the other two mofos that are always here. Love them both. We got Mr. Gage, feeling a little under the weather there.
I am, but I'm making it. We're pushing through.
That's my boy. He's really grinding. He's really grinding. And we got Boxcar Miguel over there, Mr. Miguel.
Can never figure out his lighting. There you go. That looks better.
Our resident Neon Pocket Dimension Simpsons expert.
I can call myself an expert, but yes, I am knowledgeable.
or as I like to say, you like to put the spring in Springfield.
I sure do.
I think I'm gonna keep that one forever. I think
I think it's a great one.
Yeah, that's
amazing.
great. No. The spring in Springfield one is the.
That's the whorehouse.
That's the whorehouse episode.
Yes.
Which gives us one of the best gifts ever. Which I always love when I see that gift pop up in any kind of response, and it's the Grandpa Simpson walking into the establishment, doing kind of a 360, putting his hat down, seeing his grandson turning back around, grabbing the hat, and walking out. It's the best.
It's a great episode, man. That's a good one. Moving on.
It's one of the many that I remember. Well, I wouldn't say many, but I remember like quite a few. I think, including the Alien one, because X-Files, and I think we've talked about that. We already talked about that, and then who we all know the the Treehouse of Horrors episodes.
Those were always my favorite. I think
those are always good for the most part.
All work and no play makes Homer a crazy boy.
You could say we all have a little bit of Ooter in all of us. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I do.
Ooter Broughton?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
And then also the one with the guy who wants Homer's job, and he's really smart, but he has a shitty life and he ends up dying at the end.
Grimes.
Yeah. Frank Grimes.
Yeah.
That's one of the best episodes of any show ever.
You've been to the moon and Lollapalooza? You haven't? You haven't been?
I mean, I feel like that episode is an indictment on every main character for every sitcom ever. You know what I mean? Essentially, and it's just really funny. Getting on to what we do here, because we need to get Gage out of here. He's not feeling so great today. Yeah, there you go. Kidding. It's cool that I don't gotta use that mic. I don't gotta use that.
I'm gonna change this after. Just before you give the housekeeping. I do have the COVID finally got me.
Oh no!
3 long years. Yep, exactly.
That's not a good one.
3 long years without it. I thought I was free. There you go.
That's even better, I think.
Yeah.
But no love. So it finally happened. So taking it easy as best I can. But we still got some good games news to talk about. So I'm here for it.
So for some reason he's still here. So let's respect his time and dive straight into what we like to call the WIBNU, which stands for What You Been Nerding Out On. Gage, let's get you doing it first, real quick. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how to sign.
Gotta get out of the.
Are we in a gang now?
N-O-O. I think I just did it. W-Y-B. Fuck. It's hard to do it on the camera.
The first ASL podcast. I doubt that. But I'm sure there's one.
Please do not lie to the public and then tell us your WIBNU. Thank you.
All right. Word. Let's see. I was telling these guys earlier off air. I was too sick to even play video games today. I was bummed about it. I'm hoping tomorrow can be my video game day. So I haven't really been playing much. I've been, inching away at Zelda, and I've been playing some Halo Season 4 still and doing all that. And I played more of The Wandering Village. That's a cool game.
Sweet.
I've just been have one save file on that, but it's been slowly but surely plugging away. It's a great game. It's fun. It's just a nice little, really mellow RTS. I'm playing on like the lowest difficulty, so there's like really low chance of failure. It's kind of just like go through the tech trees and learn how to like control your big monster that your whole city's on top of and stuff. And it's cool. It's a cute little cozy game. The way I'm playing it right now, I think you can play it on hardcore where it's like, there's satisfaction levels of citizens and like the monster can get sick and there's like bad guys. Anyways, I'm not doing that. I'm just whatever.
Did you hear about the Airborne Kingdom quickly? Which is kind of similar. It's like, but instead of on a monster's back, it's a kingdom that's flying.
That's pretty cool.
And this, has it's like an airship. So it sounds almost like same premise. You're just,
nice.
Cool. So check that out too, by the way.
I like airships. I like Final Fantasy airships. So maybe there's something there. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm interested. Speaking of RTS kind of vibes, I'm Age of Empires 4. We'll talk about it in a second, maybe. But just dropped on Game Pass. I'm looking to get into that for sure. See how it goes on a gamepad on a controller. But my main thing, why I'm new this week, is last night I watched the 2-episode premiere of Ahsoka. We all know, I think, for all of us, I think in the last little bit that we've had pretty serious Marvel fatigue and some Star Wars fatigue, I think, as well. I think Andor is like a standout Star Wars thing for me, like, period. That happened semi-recently. But other than that, I think I've been pretty, like, Mando Season 3 was kind of, I'm just, I'm not expecting much from it, so it's okay. It's still fun to watch, but I don't know. I'm not as invested in some of the other Star Wars stories happening as much, but I will have to say, Ahsoka really was excellent the first 2 episodes. Star Wars Rebels is one of the most like underrated Star Wars things of the past. Hey, nice.
I was gonna ask, did you watch Rebels already?
Yeah, and I really like Rebels, although I hate the art style. I really, really hate the art style of all the Filoni stuff. Clone Wars also. I just feel like, I know they just need a cheap and easy animation style, and that it's like geared towards kids, but it just makes everything feel kitschy and cheap and
low
and kiddie,
budget.
It's very kiddie. Yeah.
Yeah. Oops.
I will say some of the writing in that show and some of the premises that happen, and like the Darth Maul Obi-Wan duel, the Ahsoka versus Anakin rebattle is insane, and like one of the more hype like lightsaber duels ever. Anyways, there's just some really good stuff. The space whales, gotta love space whales. Chopper's a really good droid. There's a lot of really good stuff about that show.
I don't know shit about space whales, dude.
And you know about the space whales?
I don't know shit about space whales. I just wanted to say that.
Space whales are they have a name. I'm forgetting on it right now, but they can essentially travel through hyperspace. They're like the only natural beings that can do it. So pseudo spoilers. I'm not gonna like say the whole thing. In the end of Star Wars Rebels, Grand Admiral Thrawn and Ezra Miller, some stuff. There's some space whales, whatever. So Ahsoka picks up literally like, it's very much just a continuation of Rebels in a lot of ways. It takes into some of the Mando stuff because it's obviously after that too. Anyways, it's cool. It's a really the acting's really good. The score is really excellent. The action and the lightsaber battles have been really cool. There's some really good characters, and so far it just feels really well written. And it's like, I don't know, I love it. Love it so far.
Tight.
Cool, man.
Cool.
I need to get back to Rebels like I said I would. I have not. I've not been feeling Star Wars recently, but it is what it is, and I think that's pretty cool though. That's why I liked the end of Mando season 3. I felt like it kind of wrapped up a bit of Clone Wars.
Yeah, it did actually.
Bo-Katan stuff, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah,
nice.
Again, I like a lot of the stories that are woven through all the Filoni stuff, and so I'm stoked to see. It's cool, and then this it sounds like Ahsoka is going to lead into this movie that Dave Filoni is doing, and it sounds like that's going to be kind of like the big finale of all of this stuff. And I think if it has any sort of the same tone that we're getting in these first 2 episodes of Ahsoka, we'll see how the series goes. But I think it could be really cool.
Cool.
Definitely need to watch.
So it's 2 episodes in currently.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a 2-episode premiere, so there's 2 episodes.
Oh, okay.
And I will say, like,
Nice.
you probably, you're gonna get more out of the Rebels or out of it if you've seen the Rebels stuff, because there's like a bunch of characters right off the bat. They don't shy away from just immediately referencing tons of Rebel stuff. But you could honestly watch like IGN's like everything you need to know about Ahsoka's like in 17 minutes or whatever it was. Actually, I showed it to Aishu before we watched it because she didn't watch Rebels, and like if you don't want to watch the show, you could just do that, and it would catch you up pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I always hear it's good, so who knows? One day I'll probably watch it, and then I'll have a lot to watch.
It's very like it's very like the style of it feels like it's like like a I don't know, like a Disney afternoon show or something. But then the episodes are randomly like pretty dark and really good. So
Mm-hmm. Cool.
That's definitely what I've heard. So,
Miguel, what you been nerding out on, man?
God of War,
Ooh.
Ragnarok.
Ooh.
So again, I still don't know where the fuck I am in the story, but
Is there? I'm sorry. Is there like an hour count on your save file somewhere?
There probably is. I haven't looked at it.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
No worries.
And I don't 100% trust it because sometimes I fall asleep playing, and like it'll
Same.
be on the pause, and I'm just like, so it's probably counting up anyway. So I don't trust it. So
Yeah.
so I'm not sure how far into it. I'm still having a really good time with it. Super cool. Other than that, just hanging out with the kitty, doing that stuff. He's a monster. But I did watch. This is gonna sound terrible, and why'd you watch it? But 90 Day Fiance UK.
Oh,
yes.
Cool.
Fucking terrible, in a bad way, and like in a good way. But like, so I think I'm not gonna. I pretty much finished season 1. I don't know if I'm gonna continue, but because apparently one of the couples they follow is completely fabricated, all of it for the most part.
Oh, what? Like totally fake?
Yeah. Then I was like, oh, that's
Bummer.
fucking bullshit.
Yeah, what the hell, dude?
And then Sadie gave me spoilers as far as what happened to the other couple, so I kind of don't care. So
Well, why
season
would
1, it was fun.
Why? Hello, Sadie. Why are you spoiling shit?
She can't wait, and she just went online and just checked everything, and I was like, "You
Okay.
still want to watch it?" But yeah.
I'm gonna have to. I'm sending her a mean text about that.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. So we watched that. I've been watching lots of random movies after work. Like I put Collateral on yesterday.
Huh.
I love that movie.
It is a pretty good movie. It's not bad. Like
I mean, it's not great, but I love it for whatever reason. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like it's okay. Like I enjoy it for the most part. I watched that. We started watching what was it? The Platform again. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's a Spanish movie. It's on Netflix. Came out in 2018, I believe.
I don't know what this Collateral movie is.
I always consider The Platform a good analogy for trickle-down economics.
The Platform, yeah, I know about The Platform, dude. Yeah.
So this is a good movie. I had already seen it before, but Sadie threw it on, and I was like, okay, I'll watch it. And we started watching that, and I've been watching X-Files. Just that's like my show that if I don't really want to pay attention, I throw it on because I've seen it so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our falling asleep show for a good long while there.
So,
Mhm.
but any of that stuff, super cool. If you haven't seen any of it, especially X-Files, I highly recommend. If you're interested, you watch the whole thing, even the
Yes.
seasons that aren't great.
I agree.
Still watch those, and then
Yep.
watch the new ones that came out later on Fox, which I believe are also streaming on Hulu.
Yeah, you can watch all of that on Hulu in one like show clip.
I think both movies are on there too. I could be wrong about that though.
I don't know about that. And I've actually only seen the first movie with the bees.
Watch the second one; it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's a good.
Not the
good movie.
bees. I'm sorry.
It's a good. It's a
I
good
was about to
episode.
say
Let's
that.
put it that way. Yeah, not the bees.
That's another sample I need right there. I need to.
You need
cue
that.
I need to cue that up because I say that a lot.
You definitely need that.
I say that a lot too. I will say that constantly to my
Great.
friends.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Randomly, I watched the other night. I know it's not my wife new anymore. Sorry, but
Oh, you're good. Don't worry about it.
I'd never seen The Fugitive. I'd never seen The Fugitive. I watched that.
No.
It's a good movie.
No way. Really?
I had
Yeah,
never.
it was for whatever reason I hadn't gotten around to it. Great
I
Harrison
saw
Ford.
that as an adult,
Uh-huh.
having seen like the references on The Simpsons, and because
Right, yeah.
it's one of those movies that got referenced a lot.
Oh yeah.
And I watched it. I go, this is really fucking good.
It is.
The One-Armed Man. He wasn't kidding.
No, it's a dope ass movie.
It's a dope ass movie.
You
Absolutely.
gotta watch that shit. Like That's
yeah,
the thing.
Not James Earl Jones.
Harrison Ford.
Tommy Lee Jones is
Oh,
really good at
oh
it.
God, he's so good in
Yeah,
that.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Also, U.S.
Harrison Ford.
Marshals.
Yeah, U.S. Marshals. I never watched that though.
So, I mean, that one has Wesley Snipes in it and Tommy Lee Jones playing like the same fucking character as the
Yeah.
fugitive.
That's
It's
funny.
like he's literally the same character in both those movies. Yeah.
It's like that one Morgan Freeman movie, Along Came a Spider, which is a sequel to something else, which I don't remember off the top of my head.
I gotta watch that.
Same universe.
Oh,
It's
cool.
like how Murder She Wrote is technically in the Jaws universe.
Yeah.
Weird stuff.
What? Interesting.
Yeah, there's a long backstory. It's pretty much just because they were shot on the same lot, but they're like in the same fictional town. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, they have to be connected to Amblin then at that point. Maybe they're both Amblin joints, dude.
Could be.
Possible.
Amblin actually had its hand in a lot of cookie jars. Did you know that they're also responsible for Animaniacs and Freakazoid? Do you know that
You
shit?
know, I think I recall
Yeah,
like the
it's wild.
Amblin thing at the beginning of that. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because it's Steven Spielberg. So
Yeah.
he's. I feel like people think like, oh, Steven Spielberg, he made some cool movies, but like he's actually like a much bigger force than I could have ever imagined. Looking more into that, so.
Oh, that's another movie I threw on Jurassic Park, the first one.
God damn it! Fucking
It's
movie.
good.
That's a
But
movie.
I will say, the practical effects have aged well. Some of the CG that they used is not.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
No,
But overall, it's still a great movie. It's.
Mhm.
Well,
I'm-
if you ever want a quick and easy but really good read, the Michael Crichton novel Jurassic Park is really good.
Oh yeah, absolutely need to read that. Totally. I mean, and
It's short. You could read it in like a weekend if you wanted to.
he wrote like multiple theme park books too. Apparently, I don't read much.
Oh.
I need to read more. You know what I mean? I need to start
So do
by.
I.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a stack of books like this that I haven't touched.
I need
That
to.
I keep meaning to, and I'm terrible. So.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about this. Sorry, actually, Miguel, do you have anything else?
No, I'm good. You can.
Okay.
You can start yours if you want.
What have I been nerding out on? I've been thinking about this because I'm like, when I'm kind of tired before bed, I lay in bed and I'm like on my phone, or I might pull out the Switch and like do a little bit of Zelda. I could just fucking have a light on above me and just do a little reading, man. I still have the Junji Ito classic swirl. Fuck, God damn it, what's it called? Uzumaki. Thank you.
I really
yes.
want to read that.
It's
That's a great graphic novel.
It's oh, look, there's Sebastian in the background.
So good, dude.
Yeah. So from what I've read, I think I've read like the first full like chapter. It's fucking excellent. I can't wait to finish killing it. I also have like multiple collections of H.P. Lovecraft's novellas and stuff. A lot of which I've already listened to on like audiobook, but y'all know, like, reading something, there's something more there. You actually retain stuff. You actually like purposely read the words on the page and try to imagine it rather than like
I
just
feel like you're more actually reading it. You're more invested, and you're actively paying attention.
right. Yeah.
Whereas when you're listening to something or watching a show in the background, you're not really paying attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like even just doing chores or whatever. Or
Right.
I'll listen to some audiobooks while I'm falling asleep. A lot of times we'll just put them on like on a little Bluetooth speaker in the room and then like put a sleep timer on or whatever. But then I usually fall asleep like pretty early on, and then I just have to rewind, and then it takes like a year to get something.
Yeah.
But I actually just finished all the Lord of the Rings audiobooks, and
Cool.
they're really, really well done. There's music
Yeah.
in the background and sound effects and like different characters or different actors, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and I'm not saying audiobooks aren't great. Like, they still like serve a good purpose. You know what I mean? Like, while I'm working, it's not like I'm not paying attention, but I'm just saying like it's way more intimate, and you really are absorbing fully like all of what you're reading when you fully read it. So that's kind of why I want to go through and read all the H.P. Lovecraft stuff. But side note, I did read A Color Out of Space to Joy. Like, I just like read it to her over like the course of a few nights once before we watched the movie. That book, I mean, that story is excellent. It's so fucking good. It's my favorite H.P. Lovecraft story. But like, you know, so I have all those books. I need to read stuff. There's things I haven't read of his and whatnot. And then on top of that, like I even have to finish like the Watchmen. I have that trade or whatever, that collection, you know, need to finish that.
You should read that. It's good.
I'm so far behind on stuff, you know. I even have like some DC trade runs that I need to finish up. So I think I'm gonna start doing that before bed.
I allegedly illegally downloaded all of the Berserk books onto my Kindle.
Nice.
And I didn't check beforehand, and they were all in Italian.
That's what you get, you fucking thief.
Now you gotta learn. No, he's gotta learn Italian now.
Yeah. No,
oh,
I
okay.
gotta just Duolingo that shit and then
Babbel. I've heard a lot of podcast advertisements for Babbel. Okay,
Get on it, Babbel. We'll talk about you on here.
So here's my Web News stuff. I just got a list, so I'm just going to run through it. Battlefield 2042 sucks on PC, and I'll never try to play it on PC again. That is my statement. It's over. Goodbye. Fuck you, Battlefield 2042 on PC. But I will try it on the Xbox Series X. I bet it works just fine. Diablo 4, I hit level 50 with my Poison Druid. Still fun. You know, I feel like when I just need to, like, grab a controller, kind of space out and just murder things for like hours, it's just a good fucking time. But I'm in the end game, so I'm ready to I think I have to hit 55 to do the nightmare dungeons, so I'll keep pushing forward with that in between all the other 100 fucking games I'm playing. Halo Infinite is fun still. Season 4 is great. Gage, we need to play together. What the fuck?
I know, let's do it. Actually,
God damn it.
Maybe tomorrow, maybe even later tonight if I'm feeling like it.
If you're alive later, then absolutely I'm down. Baldur's Gate 3 continues to be amazing. I'm not even close to where people are in the game. Still in Chapter 1. I'm doing spider stuff. It's a lot of fun. Like, in one encounter, I was having kind of a tough time. I had 2 spiders on a spider web, and I just attacked the spider web. They fell to their death. And, you know, that's the kind of the fun shit we're talking about. Gundam Update, which y'all know. Gundam Update, at this point, just means anime update. You know, I still love Gundam. Episode 116 of One Piece. That's my progress. We're still chugging along. We're almost done with the. I can't fucking remember the name of the. There's like some Sand Kingdom. Anyway, I'm almost done with that. Beyond stoked for Armored Core 6, as reviews have it as high as my. As high as possible. I'm not gonna read that joke. That was just for Slack. It's very.
I like that,
very
though.
vulgar.
I did like it.
It's very
Our
vulgar
interpersonal communication channel.
I just wrote that in to see if someone would read it, and it was supposed to be shock value. Anyway, it's coming out 2 days from now. Which also is Gage's birthday. Happy birthday, preemptively, my friend. Happy birthday on the podcast. How old are you gonna be?
33.
Look at you.
Oh, getting up there.
Look at you.
I'm a youngin'.
You're getting old.
But I'm getting old.
You're getting
No,
old.
you're old, man.
You're gonna
33,
die.
man.
You're gonna die, man.
Calm down, Gage. Calm down.
Wow, morbid.
I'm sorry, that's a joke. And that's
No, it's a good age. I'm into 33. I like it better than
Okay.
32. That's kind of whatever.
Yeah, and before you know it, you'll be 36, and you'll be like, "Damn, I'm 36."
I was gonna say before he knows it, he'll be
36.
40. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big
I'm into
time.
it. I like getting older. It's cooler. It's
Big
just people can tell you less and less what to do, and
Time.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to work.
that's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah. We all gonna die. Oh, Mochi squeezes in the chat. Oh no, you are getting old. Lol. She's saying lol because she's not 32. Okay, so that's all the live news. They're out of the way. We're about 24 minutes in. See, we're good. We're good. We're
Great job.
Oh, and great job. Again, my soundboard didn't save, so I'm gonna have to
Great
re-add
job.
all the sounds. I'm just gonna play this one.
French fry when you pizza, you're gonna have a bad time.
Definitely.
So just remember that. But there's Sebastian. Mr. Hawk says 32, you old fuck. That's the energy we want. We want to wallow in our hatred and sadness. Anyway, Sebastian is super cute. He continues to be super cute, and he was climbing the thing in the background earlier, so I hope you didn't miss it. If you did, rewind it. That's right. You might be watching this on YouTube. Well, guess what? You can watch this live at twitch.tv/Neon Pocket Dimension. Subscribe to us, or at least follow us. You know what I mean? And you could watch us live if you want to. Just throwing out a plug there. If
you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. You can give us that sub for free.
Dude,
costs you nothing. Cost Amazon some money.
And look at all these emotes. You know what I mean? Look at that's a default one, but look at the emotes besides the PogChamp one. Those are some good ones. Maybe you're watching the Twitch replay. I don't know. There you go. Enjoy it. Let's move on to the actual reason for the season. Y'all know that when these things happen, we talk about them. So we're talking about this one. We're not going to go into the full actual like in-depth coverage that we typically do, where I don't want to leave games out. I want to give every game its due on this podcast typically. But fuck that. This time we're just going to talk about the stuff that we found interesting. And that is Gamescom. Gamescom, it's actually still currently happening. I think till tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's like 3 days or something. Excuse me, but they start everything out. It's in Germany. Let's start there. So they have a thing called Opening Night Live that happens in America at 11 in the morning, but it's nighttime in Germany. So that's why it's called Opening Night Live. And that's already happened. So it's kind of like E3 or Summer Games Fest now, or any of those kind of like Nintendo Direct-y type events, you know, Xbox Showcase, right? So they did the whole thing where, you know, they showed a bunch of games and whatnot. That's what we're covering, you know, in case you didn't know. We're covering that right now. Gage.
One day it's my dream to actually go to Germany, and maybe we'll actually cover Gamescom. Yeah, I think maybe 2025. I think it might happen. I'm gonna go see my wife's brother who lives in Vienna, not too far from there, and then maybe go to Gamescom, hang out in Europe.
If I go to Germany, I want to go for Oktoberfest. To be 100%
Same.
honest.
Same.
Feel you. Well, that is in September. That'd be a long trip, but we could stay there for a month.
And I have to see my aunt while I'm there too, but that's fine. That's a different story.
Yeah.
Oktoberfest.
I hear it.
I would love to go to Oktoberfest. In fact,
we could get drunk on beer without it being Oktoberfest.
No, you're not wrong.
I went to Costco. I bought 24 of these Warsteiner Marzens, aka Oktoberfest beer. So it's pretty good, you know. But I'll get a little personal here. My cat ain't doing so well, so I felt like I need a drink tonight.
Aww.
So we're gonna just do that, and we'll move on. So
okay. Here's to their health. Gesundheit, to be German.
So yes, here we go. Gamescom Opening Night Live, hosted by Jeff Keighley, does the Game Awards, formerly of G4 TV and stuff. Ancient, awesome dude. Mr. Hawk says, "I'll drink for the cat in about 20 minutes." My boy. Well, we'll still be going in 20 minutes, so you know you're cool. All right, so let's go over what we got here. I'm just gonna hit play on the video, and then as we kind of go along, I'll skip around if I have to. So, first things first. If you guys didn't know this, Gamescom is actually the biggest one of these game conventions in the entire world. It's massive. You know what I mean? Like their convention center area, I guess, is just like literally just big. It's a big space.
It's like 300,000 people come regularly.
Mm-hmm. They pack a ton of people in there. And what's always fun about these, they interview people and stuff. Like we got Phil Spencer on mic talking about Starfield, which is coming up next week, and you know things that have been said here and there, and so it's a good time. But there's Jeff Keighley in the background. So yeah, just quick, like, did we like this? Miguel, did you know about this? Did you watch any of this?
I knew about it, but I did not watch any of it.
Okay.
As per usual.
Yeah, right.
All right. He'll be our man on the street.
Yeah, you're Miguel on the street.
And here we see them pulling the royal arm off, as is tradition.
As is tradition.
And they got to start eating the royal pudding with a ripped off arm.
Now he's ripped her arms off and then started beating her, as is tradition. Anyway, moving on.
I fucking love South Park.
Yeah, overall impressions. I think Jeff set some good expectations for this. He was coming out saying it's mostly about updates on existing games that we already know about, not too many announcements, that kind of thing. So I think because of that, I think that I was going in with pretty much no expectations of like, nothing too. I wasn't looking for anything too specific, and because of that, I thought this was a good show. I thought it was enjoyable. I thought there was some cool, not reveals, but some cool looks at stuff. This was cool. Inan Zur playing the Starfield. Yeah, Inan Zur playing the Starfield soundtrack at the beginning. That was cool. Yeah, I don't know. There was some cool stuff. There was some weird stuff, but I think as per usual, Jeff always has to like sell some kind of bullshitty feeling ad games and like all the Hoyoverse stuff in here and stuff like that, just to like pay the bills to do this rent this big space and everything like that. So I think for considering all that has to happen and that's probably not going away, I think this was a pretty enjoyable show. And yeah, I'll give it a low 4 out of 5 pockets.
You could say 3.5 because we do the 0.5s here.
Fuck yeah, I love 0.5 systems.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say 3.5 pockets.
I give it 3.5 too, just because there's some cool moments. Just seeing Inan Zur, whatever his name is, however you say it. I say Einan. That's probably wrong.
No, it could be.
I think it's Inan. But anyway, just seeing him in person playing the piano to like the Starfield music, and just being a part of this is just hype. Because he really is a legendary composer. That's a lot of fun. But then there's just like some other cool stuff here that people didn't expect. There's some stuff in there I don't care about. You know what I mean? And they do like their opening night live like award stuff in here that's kind of whatever. So there's some dips. There's some okay things. Overall, like when I compare it to the Xbox showcase earlier this year, that being like almost a 5 out of 5. You know what I mean? I think that this just wasn't fully there, but it's still good. So, there we go. So we kicked it off with Einan Zur playing piano, and then we got this dope-ass Starfield live-action trailer that was super cool. It's great. Like, I mean, shit. Could you imagine, like, a movie or something in this universe just from, like, this video alone? I think that would be super cool. In fact, people have been comparing Starfield to The Expanse, like, you know what I mean? Which is great. It's a great show and everything, but this is more of like, it's kind of closer to Star Trek in like the ways that it seems like the stories are being told, like explorers exploring the universe versus like, Gundam style political intrigue that is The Expanse. But you could tell they are still influenced by that show in a lot of ways with like character hairstyles and stuff like that. But just seeing this trailer was super cool. Just had to get that out of the way.
Yeah, especially like the biomes that they're in and kind of like the weird like space anomaly stuff that they're leaning into. I bet you there's a lot to this game that we don't fully know about yet. Obviously we know a ton about the systems and all that kind of stuff, but I bet you there's going to be some cool Bethesda story lore-ish stuff happening, and who knows? I mean, we haven't really seen any alien life stuff yet, but I would assume that maybe that's kind of what they're hiding from us in the story. We'll see what happens, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I mean it's coming soon. If you pay the extra $35, you can play it on the 1st. Otherwise, you have to wait till September 6th. So, we'll see what's up with that.
I'll wait, but gosh, I'm so excited. I like fully scheduled out with my wife. Like, hey, this weekend that it comes out, I'm just gonna be a bad husband and just play video games all weekend long.
Okay.
Cool with that.
Now we're getting to the point of the show that was weird and awkward, and I'm just gonna play the sound on this. So if I have to like silence it later, I will. But check it out.
Access on Xbox and PC. Well, I've been lucky enough to start playing it. Don't be jealous. I'm not allowed to say anything about it. Yes, exactly. All right. Well, guys. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Really disappointed.
Boo! All right, so let's discuss what the fuck we just saw. Yes, those were weird protesters, incel types that rushed the stage and said things unintelligible. They've actually done that at another event as well, And all that guy was yelling about was Grand Theft Auto 6 or something, and just who knows.
Super weird.
But if you remember, this actually did also occur during the awards, the Game Awards last year. Some kid went up there and was like, "I dedicate this to Bill Clinton" or something like that. And
his reformed rabbi, Bill Clinton.
yeah, so there's like weird anti-Semitic gamer weirdness. But like, you know, hey, I give it to Jeff Keighley for being like, okay, whatever, like just kind of playing it off and then getting straight to it, bringing you know, Todd Howard out. But here's the thing about this that's bad, right? What if that person had a knife or a gun or something? People could have died.
Security was really slow. Security was really slow to get that stuff like happening. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah,
it definitely felt like the fact that those guys could get up to the point of touching Jeff Keighley like is probably not great. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right. And so, and I actually said this, and then a whole bunch of other people said this as well. Like, I think that they need to put a fence around the stage at these events and, you know, bump up security because now people are heckling. You guys know about the trend of like entertainers and like performers and stuff getting like people throwing like rocks at them and phones on stage, like, you know, like the Cardi B incident. You know about that? Like when Cardi B was at like I think Dre's nightclub here, someone threw their drink at her, and so she like started fighting with the guy. Like this has been happening a lot with like live people in general. It's like a weird trend of like no respect for any kind of person on a stage that I'm not cool with. So if you're out there and you want to like protest things, whatever, like do it on the internet, but don't like fucking like touch these people. Don't fuck with these people. Don't hurt them. Like what the hell is wrong with you? That's all I got to say about all this.
Yeah, and it's kind of antithetical to your whole thing to like buy a ticket and do all this stuff and then like just go there to be a shithead or whatever. And
well, I mean,
like
I would argue had it been like a climate protest or something, I would have been okay with that.
That's different.
well, that's the
like
weird thing about it.
That's kind of stupid.
That's the weird thing about this is like there's no real point. It felt like you're like, okay, what are you accomplishing by this? No, almost nothing.
Like had it been something like they go down there and they're protesting oil and they glue themselves to the floor. I know a lot of people don't like those people, but you know what? Good for you. Is the way I looked at it.
All right.
Putting attention on, if it's putting attention on something that isn't being talked about or something like that, but. It's just weird, and the bummer thing about it is it puts a damper on like the overall perception of gamer culture and stuff. Which of course there is that element of it, right? But it's just it's a drag when like that kind of stuff like becomes the talking point. I saw Mr. Hawks talking about how it was kind of good that this was kind of downplayed and no one really gave it a lot of wind or a lot of steam. You know, like don't ignite the trolls type of thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Like he said, like yes, there was like slight media coverage quickly about it, and then we're just like those guys are fucking losers. So that's just it, and then we're just and we're talking about it here because it happened during this thing. And the Mochi Squeeze is saying also the Cardi B one, she asked people to splash her, so someone threw water at her. Okay, well that's her bad, but. I know I've heard like a lot of music artists like so-and-so got hit with the phone. So-and-so got hit with the brick. Like people like, I don't know what's going on, but these concert goers are like throwing
the lead
shit.
Singer of Nickelback with the rock?
Yeah, that's fucked up. Hey, look, I might not like their music, but like, come on.
They shouldn't have been at that festival. But anyway,
look at this rock.
I thought that was kind of funny. It's fucked up. Don't get me wrong. You're not wrong. But I laughed.
Wow. You know what? You're kind of fucked up, but it's cool. We're still friends. It's cool. All right. So moving on. I have certain ones that certain things that I wanted to talk about. So. Sure. We'll just kind of skip ahead. So we got all right. Number one, Little Nightmares 3 announcement. Dope. I played the first one. You guys play any of them?
I played the first one. I didn't play the second one, and then this one is like being developed by Supermassive, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But it looks cool. It looks like even a little bit the style switched up a little bit. It reminds me of the movie. I Am Number 9, I think it's called, or just Number 9.
Oh yeah,
Number 9.
Number 9. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're
Elijah
talking about.
Wood,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gives me a little bit of that.
Kinda,
vibes, and
yeah.
It's cool and creepy.
I hear that the second Little Nightmares is dope, but like again, I played through the first one. I loved every second of it. It's great. It was on Game Pass or Games of Gold or something. So, I recommend you play it if you can. And this one's coming out and looks to be co-op. The other games weren't, so that's kind of cool. Moving on, we had Black Myth Wukong footage. Look cool as
Hell
fuck.
yeah.
Souls-like story of Sung Wukong. So, Journey to the West with the story that inspired the character of Goku. It's like the Monkey King stuff. It's also there's like a show on Disney Plus about this as well. Drawing a blank. It's called like Chinese American or something like that. Anyway, game looks cool. It's going to be a Souls-like. This was something new that people didn't know about right here. Killing Floor 3. People like Killing Floors 1 and 2 as just kind of like dumb Steam shooters. Like co-op shooters with your friends.
Is it kind of doomy but co-op?
I don't think it's doomy, but I don't know. Maybe to some degree it is kind of. It's just sort of like an arcadey, like I think you go floor to floor and just kill like monsters with your friends, So like to me, sounds like a good time. I know Justin's excited for it, the homie Justin. So who knows? Might end up snatching that up. And then this shit happened. We got Age of
4. Drop.
That's right, Age of Empires 4 on console, finally coming out the day that this trailer came out. So it's already on console. It's already on Game Pass. I like Age of Empires 4 a lot. Like, I think it's a fun game. People just aren't interested in playing real-time strategy games these days, it seems like. Because, like, everyone will be like, let's play Fortnite. And they'll have Game Pass, but they won't, like, want to even try playing Age of Empires 4 with me.
I would also argue that's kind of it's almost like a different demographic of gamer at this point.
It is, yeah.
How I've said in the past, and I know this makes me sound bad, but like you got the jocks of the gaming world, and those are the people who generally play any of the esport games.
Right, yeah, of course.
And those were the people who would have made fun of you for playing a game like Age of Empires.
and now they spend money on like Lara Croft skins for Fortnite or play Call of Duty, but
exactly.
Anyway, point is the console.
Anyway, moving on.
I'm sorry, the console version of this is out. So now, Gage, we can jump in together and have a good time. It's really, this game is hectic, like all RTSs. If you want to be good at it, you have to be able to like move around the map quickly and like click a bunch of different buildings to like make sure they're all producing stuff and getting all of your villagers to like harvest the right stuff at the right times. So clicking and dragging and using a mouse like makes that very easy. So really interested to see how they make that work on console with the controller. And
I'll jump through the tutorial and see how it works. And you can attach a keyboard and mouse to an Xbox.
True.
I don't know. Maybe I'd end up doing that in my living room, but we'll see. I love Age of Empires throughout history. I played like 2 a lot, and the expansions, especially the Aztec expansion for that and all that kind of stuff. I used to love those games, and so it's been a while since I've played one. But I haven't played a lot of Civ, which I know is different. But
wait,
Civ works pretty alright.
You've been playing console. Civ?
Yeah, on console. I've been playing Civ 6 a lot.
Bro, that's another game we could play. I love Civ 6.
Hell yeah. Do you have to just face off against each other? Or
no.
Can you be like allies?
No, you could set it up where we're like on a team, or you could set it up where everyone against each other, but like we could just like come together in an alliance within the game too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can treaty it up,
Yeah. Crusader Kings 3, same thing. Anyway, look, strategy games are fun. It's cool to see this on console, and it sounds promising that Civ works on console too. But with Civ, it's turn-based, to be fair. This game is not. It's real time. So I want to see what's up, and I would like to battle you one-on-one, both with the controller, both on Xbox. That'd be a fun-ass stream. Let's fucking do it.
That'd be good. That'd be really cool. We'll have to definitely get my gameplay too, so we can switch back and forth. But
and Miguel, all of the games we've discussed are also on PC Game Pass, if that interests you. Okay.
Currently no. But yes,
no problem. No problem.
I'm not paying for Game Pass currently.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Okay. So let's flip through the next few games. We'll do a quick. Oh yeah. Zack Snyder did Rebel Moon. We're not going to show footage of that because who knows? They like to claim stuff. But I still haven't even seen the trailer. Gage, can you quickly talk about the trailer? Was it cool or was it not cool?
It looked like edgy Star Wars kind of like there was lightsabers, but they were cussing and fucking girls and shit. And that's what it looked like.
That'd be great. That sounds amazing.
It looked like edgy Zack Snyder special effects Star Wars.
Okay.
So cussing fucking Jedi the movie or what?
Yeah, cousin fucking Jedi the movie.
Okay, you know what? I might be in on that. You know, it's gonna be on Netflix. There's no barrier of entry there for me. So
I liked 300 back in the day.
300 is
Oh, wait,
kick-ass.
it's a show?
No, it's a movie.
It's a 2-movie event. There's one's coming out in December. The next one's coming out in like April.
Oh, it's a movie.
Two movies.
Yeah, and they're
and a video game.
They're making a video game, but like that's way early in development. So we'll watch it.
Very interesting.
We'll watch it. I think
But
all
Zack
three of us.
Snyder can suck a big D.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's gonna pan out, but we'll see.
Hey,
Just my
whatever.
opinion. Just one man's opinion.
Hey, fair assessment. Don't worry. Okay, then we
This
got
looks awesome.
Then we got this game. Okay, so this is Crimson Desert. This is by the dev who makes Black Desert, which is one of those really grindy Korean MMO games. So like I thought this was just kind of like the sequel, like another MMO, but it seems like it's actually a single player game. So just check out the footage of this. This looks like one of the most wild like RPG type games, action RPG type games that like you could do a million things in. And the graphics look great. The crazy special effects look insane. Like the fighting looks like fluid. I mean, much like Black Desert, the fighting is fluid, but it's like really like you gotta hit the same enemy like a million times, or it even plays itself. So this seems like from I think this is Hoyoverse, right? Or no, this is Nexon. No,
Nexon, yeah, I believe. And
Nexon? I can't remember the
other,
dev.
Like publisher or developer is, but
whatever that dev is.
Pearl Abyss, maybe.
Oh yeah, Pearl Abyss. Thank you. This seems like the best Pearl Abyss game that we'll ever get. Personally,
It looks like a Witcher 3-ish. It's got some Final Fantasy 16 look to it. It's got like, I think it looks really stylish and cool. I like the like destructible things in battle where you can like knock a tower over on someone and shit like that. And later in this trailer, you'll see he like. Well, hot air balloon's cool.
Yeah.
He turns into like a bunch of crows or something and like flies.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty rad.
It's about to happen. Trust me. But what was the other thing? Yeah, you can hug a cat and play a flute, and you can fish. You could climb walls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's some Assassin's Creed going on. I think tame horses looks good, man. I'm into it.
From my point of view, honestly though, it just vibe wise, and not exactly, but for some reason it evokes Dragon's Dogma to me, only like times a million, and also with like a lot of different like systems. So I don't know. This was kind of a stunner. Like I think everyone we've seen footage of this. It was just kind of brief combat footage, and I think everyone wrote it off as an MMO. But like this trailer really just blew I think everyone away. So we just kind of had to have a little conversation about how we're like,
needless to say, I'll be looking for more on this as it comes and see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. I see you, Singer Bro, in chat. How's it going, bro? All right, so let's move on from Crimson Desert to Ice-T introducing Payday 3.
I have that in my notes too.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying, so let's put the closed captions on.
He says something like, I know how to do a heist in my life, in real life. Here's how you do it in Payday 3.
I was
like, did you do heists? I don't know that.
I was in the chat, dude, during Kind of Funny's like co-stream of this, and I said heist T.
I heard they were calling you out a few times. It was funny.
Oh yeah, I kept chatting the whole time. So yeah, that was really funny. Heist T, everyone. But yeah, Payday 3 it's just more Payday. I hear it's not like revolutionary or different. I never played Payday. It's gonna be on Game Pass, So I'm 100% going to play this. I know a bunch of people who will play this with me.
It'd probably be a fun one to jump in for co-op on some night.
I'd rather eat a payday personally, but that's just me.
Dude, same. I like paydays. That remember,
Underrated
that's the candy
bar.
bar that you are. Remember, we talked about this, I think,
that's
last
right.
episode. Okay, and then we got
AC Mirage.
Assassin's Creed Mirage. They're speaking in, I think, Arabic, right, during this trailer. So there's going to be an entire voice track of the game that can be subtitled with them speaking Arabic, and I think that's really cool and immersive.
Pretty cool.
I read an article saying that like they do the Muslim prayer like in the game, like during the times that it would actually occur. So there's a lot like this. Seems like this game is full of culture, and it's a much shorter experience than like the 100+ stuff we've been getting from Assassin's Creed. So I think this game's gonna be good. Personally, I just don't know how many gamers are gonna buy it. That's just kind of where I'm at with this.
At this point, I would argue, where were they with the story? Did it get super convoluted?
More like watered
Yeah,
down.
they backed way off of the Abstergo stuff, and it kind of got fragmented. And then there's like this weird, like they've been going into such ancient times that it's like the cult before the Templars and all that kind of stuff. It's a little. I've lost the plot on it pretty hard, but
So I mean, at this point, I'd argue that why just make another game that plays the same. But that's just me. I fell off of it, to be 100% honest with you. So
Yeah.
like
I do wish Assassin's Creed would kind of do a clean sweep and just be just the time periods and not have to worry about all the other stuff so much.
exactly.
Like,
Well,
I think once the Ezio trilogy was done, or like really once Black Flag, I guess maybe
Dude.
Yeah.
the overarching story of Desmond and the Animus and the sci-fi stuff was sick. I loved it.
So
you
too.
know?
Me too.
But then
Oh, good.
rest in peace, Desmond. Spoiler alert, he fucking dies at the end of one of the games, and that's when they didn't know what to do with the story anymore. They're like, okay, Desmond's dead. Now let's write something. Let's just make it, impactful, and they never could do it. Like even with Assassin's Creed 4, I don't think that had anything to do with Desmond. I think they were trying to set up like a new base or something. And then just from there, it just like fell apart more and more and more. And so it's like either reestablish an overarching plot, or just ditch it. Like I'm with you. So I don't know.
Just treat it like a Final Fantasy game. It's
Yeah.
a new Assassin's Creed, and just move on.
Just another story. Yeah, if you don't know how to treat the story, then just ditch the story and stick with what you know, what you can write, right? So yeah. Anyway, so this is one of the lulls right here. This is this German lady who's like part of the whole thing. She was doing like announcements and whatnot. So like which I get. It's fine. It's just like watching it from America. Not at Gamescom. I just kind of was like, just show me the trailers. Why is this 2 hours? What I mean?
It is kind of like the problem with this is it does kind of function as like an almost like opening ceremony of the Olympics a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it is kind of like welcoming all the guests to Gamescom and stuff like that. So he actually is contracted by Gamescom to do this. It's not like his own production in the same way that. Summer Games Fest and Game Awards is. So like he's got a, he's probably at the whim of them a little bit with this type of programming, but
Well, they got to get their time in. It's fine. We understand everyone needs to put in their plugs, and like the award part is part of it, so it is what it is. But just saying, like from like someone who's viewing it, how I feel. And then Mr. Hawks in the chat does say that in the later games they delve into the history of things or whatever for Assassin's Creed. So I guess that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, I stopped playing the games because I stopped caring about the overarching story. But like the Desmond thing was cool. That's just where I'm coming from. Okay.
I would agree with that assessment.
Yeah. Because like, dude, you go back to Assassin's Creed 1, all of the parts when you're not the assassin were super cool. It felt like mystery stuff. There was like, you could scan the room and look at weird like symbols and stuff. It was like tight as fuck. I don't know. I really like that kind of stuff. It's like the reason why everyone likes that one card game that came out a couple of years ago. That was an indie game. I'm drawing a blank on it. Do I have Steam open? I don't. But it's the game where it's like a card game, but it's not. And then like you gotta like try to break out of this room, but you're stuck in it, and there's all these weird puzzles.
Inscription.
Thank you very much. It's like Inscription. What makes Inscription great isn't just that it's kind of a fun card game. It's all the weird shit happening around the card game. Like to me, that's what made Assassin's Creed special. But that's just where I'm coming from.
Totally.
And yeah, I'll read what you're seeing. I see a big block of text in the chat, so we'll read that in a second. Okay, Tekken 8 looks good. Everyone who's played it says it's amazing. This is a great year for fighting games. It's coming out next year.
It's coming out next year. But Evo next year is going to be amazing. If I can make it, I'm going to try and get to Vegas, and we should go to Evo.
All right, well, I'm going to start practicing my Street Fighter 6, and, we can enter.
I'm not sure if Soul Calibur is eligible to enter in there, but that's the only fighting game I'm good at, so I'll enter one of those.
Well, you better just get Tekken 8, dude, because that game will be out, and then they'll have it on there. And that's close. Yeah, it's almost Soul Calibur.
I guess it is. Yeah, is it though? I mean,
kinda.
For me with Soul Calibur, it's all about the weapons. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know, but it's still a 3D fighter on a 3D axis, right? So you just.
It's funny. I just don't even really think about that, but I guess it's true. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if I was to say what's the next best Soul Calibur game, it's by the same devs, a game called Tekken. You know what I mean? Yep. So you could try. You could try to play it. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Cool.
I used to be good at Tekken back in the day. I used to fuck with the who was the chick who did the Krav Maga? What do you call it? The Brazilian dance fighting.
Oh, I forget her name, but I know what you're talking about.
Me too.
Yeah, she's cool.
Killed it with her back in the day.
Tight. Okay, so yeah, Tekken 8 looking great. New mode sounds fun. We're not gonna talk about it anymore. Then we got Modern Warfare 3, like a big long mission gameplay video. I don't care.
I don't care either. I wish Call of Duty didn't exist.
All that being said,
the gamer jocks are playing that. Anyway, moving on.
What did you say?
Said the gamer jocks are playing that. Moving on.
No, they are.
Moving on.
They are. And thank you for your input. Here's the thing, all right? I like it. I would consider buying Modern Warfare 3 just to play with my only COD homies, right? But the thing that's funny about that is that like the person I know, my friend, that has only been playing Modern Warfare 2 and like every Call of Duty is just at the point where he's sick and tired of it and thinks that this game is a money grab. So I was like, oh, I'll get Modern Warfare 3. Maybe we can finally play games together. And he's like, fuck Call of Duty. I'm done. They don't respect your time. They don't respect your wallet. Blah, blah, blah. Like, he's done. So I'm like, maybe I'm not getting this game. And that's fine.
Points.
I don't care. So let's move on to the next thing. Nightingale.
I'm hyped on this one. There's been a couple of trailers that intrigue me. I'm not the biggest survival guy ever, but I'm also not a survival guy. I like to try them out. I just don't get super deep into them the way some people do. But I think this looks weird enough, and I like the creatures and the world, and it seems like it's, I don't know, it seems like it's going to be an interesting time, and I like the kind of like Victorian style mixed with weird dinosaur shit. I'm about it.
Yeah, premise of the game, it's dimensions and portals, and you like do the survival thing where you got to like eat or you'll die, and you got to build shelters and stuff. So that I love survival games personally. I like to play them, but typically not alone. So I end up not playing them because no one will play them with me. But we have played Valheim, and that's also a survival game, and I like that. So this could be kind of like Valheim, but like with guns and magic and like dimensions and stuff. So I don't know. To me, it looks pretty cool. I'm kind of psyched for this. I'd like to try this out.
Me too. Yeah, I'm about it.
We got Grand Blue Fantasy, something or other.
Immortals of Avium, get out of here. Zenless Zone Zero looks kind of cool. I'll give it that.
Immortals of Avium is coming out kind of soon, and like the impressions I've heard aren't so great. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, it looks like one of those games you used to back in the day. You used to like rent at GameStop or rent for a weekend, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
pretty generic.
Look, let me just say this. When I was a kid, I had this DOS game called Catacombs or something, Catacomb something, and you'd shoot like fireballs from your hand, and it was like Doom, but like instead of guns, you'd shoot fireballs. So I just think of that when I think of this game, and I'm like, that's kind of cool. But like everyone who's played it is like, it's fine. So like, games are $70. I'm not gonna spend $70 on this. Is fine. You know what I mean? Zenless Zone.
Mostly it's the time. Mostly it's the time sink for me. I just don't have time for it.
I feel that.
It's because you're old.
You're 32. You fucking old fuck.
He's
Fucking
going to be
old
33 years old. He doesn't, and he has a child.
Whoa.
He has less time.
Yeah. Oh, that doubles your age. So you're like actually 60.
Yeah.
You're gonna be 66 soon, dude. Damn. That's old.
Damn, I'm a young and sexy 66. I'll take it.
Old fuck.
I'm just kidding.
I am the gilfs.
Oh, you're gilfing.
Yeah, you're definitely guilty.
So this is Zenless Zone Zero. Looks like a pretty cool Hoyoverse game. Hoyoverse is the people who make that waifu game, that Blessing
Genshin
Adio.
Impact.
Yeah, Genshin Impact, and now Honkai Star Rail. So I imagine this might be gacha kind of, but like I don't know. All the footage I've seen of it looks pretty dope. You're like in a city and you're fighting people and stuff. So
Yeah, it's got some Persona mixed with like some action slasher shit going on.
Yeah, and it kind of takes place in like a Tokyo type of thing, like every fucking Japanese game. So moving on, Honkai Star Rail got a thing, Genshin Impact got a thing. These are just like glorified like commercials.
Yep.
Then we got Lords of the Fallen. Yeah, it's easy. I am stoked for this game. No one seems to care, but I'm hella stoked. It's like the next big Souls game that's coming out. It really does evoke like the feeling of Dark Souls over like an Elden Ring to me. But like what makes it interesting is that it's rendering two worlds at the same time, and you could peer into the other world with like a lamp, or if you die, it shifts you to the other world, and they're like parallel. So I don't know. Like it's gonna do the Dark Souls thing. There's gonna be builds. There's gonna be levels. Different ways to like take on the bosses and stuff, and like I think it's gonna be a fucking cool game. So stoked for this.
I think the only reason why I maybe don't care quite as much yet is that I'm looking forward more, I think, to Lies of P, which is coming out first.
Right.
And so I think I'll probably see that through before I start this one. So there's a good chance I don't get to this one until maybe next year or like late in the year, December kind of thing.
Right.
Just because I just gravitate a little bit more to the style of Bloodborne and then therefore Lies of P. But this game looks awesome. It does look really cool. And I like the dual world thing, although I'm scared that it's going to be really fucking hard because the idea with the dual world is when you die and you go into that dark world thing is that everyone immediately, like, it follows, starts like coming for you. Yeah. And that like you only have so much time and you can like grind down there by like taking on these hard ass enemies, but like it's a kind of risk reward thing because if you die there, you actually die and lose all your souls and yada yada. So, looks cool.
Yep, I got some kind of flash freeze frame here on accident, so that's kind of interesting. I think it'll be cool. Like again, Lies of P. I'm also stoked for that, but I'm just not seeing a lot of hype for this game. And yes, I know you guys are hyped too, but still. So let's move on to Sonic Adventures.
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Wait,
Why?
still around?
Get out of here with this kitty ass game.
Dude, what? Come on, man. You don't like 2D Sonic? It's like, come on, dude. Sonic.
I've never liked a single Sonic game I've ever played.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? This is fucked up, man. This is some fucked up shit I'm hearing. Number one looks great. Number two.
I'm gonna be honest though, Jacob. It sounds like you're being triggered in some way.
Number two, you're not invited to the Sonic party. Number three, Miguel, it's on our Fantasy Critics, so you better hope it's good.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I like the character and the attitude of Sonic. I like the cartoon back in the day. I think Sonic is better as like a idea than as an actual game. I don't know.
My Sonic thoughts are 2D Sonic is the best Sonic, and so a new 2D Sonic, especially multiplayer one, to me sounds like fun. So that's where I'm at. We'll move on. Sonic Frontiers got like a thing. It wasn't even a thing. It was just some sort of trailer that didn't really do anything.
Whatever.
Who fucking cares? We're gonna skip that. And then we got First Descendants, which I wrote off at first because it's Nexon, because they're gacha / mobile developer. When I saw gameplay, I was like, oh. When there's a free
cool
beta.
Whippy thing, and like the suits look really cool. Yeah, whippy thing, and it, like first person shooter stuff in there.
Look at that shit.
Looks looks a little generic, but I think the gameplay looks rad.
Dude, if Outriders was cool, this game will be cool. You know what I mean? Like, that game looked generic too, technically, but it was fun. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got a free beta coming up. Anyone could jump in and try it. You know, why the fuck not? Under the Waves trailer was next. Something I'm just not really. I don't know. Not refining the trailer.
Merit, but it has merit, and I think it's going to be a good like story narrative game. But I don't have time, unfortunately, and it's not quite grabbing me.
Yeah, I call these Greg Miller ass games because they are like a game, like an indie game where you just like learn about someone's life and then you like do stuff and you like feel emotions. It's probably cool and all, but would I play it? Maybe on Game Pass, but like I got a million games to play, so maybe not.
Exactly.
Fort Solace got a thing. Roger Clark talked about Troy Baker's butthole. We'll just move on from that. It's true.
The game apparently is not getting very good reviews. It's kind of a bummer. I thought it looked cool, but
yeah, it's just it's like a sci-fi horror type of psychological game, I guess. Whatever. We got the Mud Runner game that I thought like the footage looked pretty cool, but like who knows if the game will be good. People like shit like this. Actually, wait, is this?
They do.
Oh yeah, this is it right here. See, I don't know. I think you just have to like manage your tires and like not get stuck in the mud. Like that's just the whole game.
Yeah, it's kind of silly, isn't it? But it looks whatever.
Graphically,
it's a simulator, right?
Graphically, it looks dope.
People like their Sims.
True. The Crew got a new trailer, and everyone's like, "We already got Forza Horizon 5 on Game Pass, so we don't care." I don't think that's fair. I think the game actually looks like it's probably gonna be fun. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just that Forza is already so awesome, and I put so much time into that, and I have all my car collection, and it's like, why wouldn't I just play Forza?
You want to start over in Hawaii? Yes, the game takes place in Hawaii rather than Mexico. I think it'll be good. I just hope people give it a chance. Okay, and then the real game that matters, Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty, looks fucking excellent, sounds fucking excellent. They have like completely rehauled the whole game for this patch, this 2.0 patch, and they're gonna add a full-on DLC to it. So I think everyone's like, is Cyberpunk finally like the game we wanted? I think we're getting that with this DLC.
Yeah, hey, let's go, Chooms, says Singer Bro. Here's the thing, I loved my experience with Cyberpunk. It wasn't exactly the game that I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It was less of a Bethesda-style open world, do whatever you want, build your own character, and more of a, like, you're playing this person's story type of thing. So once I kind of accepted that, I had more fun with it, and there's some cool stuff. But that being said, at the time, there was some things that were weird, like the wanted system was garbage.
Yeah.
Driving, I felt like, was not that great, even though that was like one of your main modes of transportation.
Yeah.
Anyways, your outfits and not having transmog was really annoying because the whole point of Cyberpunk is to look cool as fuck, fashion over function, and so whatever. Those were things that I was always like, what the fuck? You got to get these right. And it seems like all of that's been overhauled, even maybe since in between times. And then this is gonna add a whole bunch of cool new shit. Plus the DLC looks cool. I'm gonna re-roll from the beginning and start fresh, I think, to play this.
I wholeheartedly agree with you, buddy. And I already own it for the Series X, so I'll be playing this shit at 4K. Ready to rock, dude. Can't wait to jump in, start a new character, or who knows, continue to level up the one I do. I'm just curious, what kind of new quick hacks do we have? What changes to the quick hacks? The skill tree is completely reworked, so I'm very interested in what those changes are, like how things are better. And there's now a relic system. So, there's just so much in here, and I'm just really excited for CD Projekt Red to come back from the abyss that they dug themselves into. Quickly, we got to talk about Stormgate, new faction. This game looks like RTS awesomeness. But the funniest part about this, like, first of all, if you like the idea of Star Trek or StarCraft, StarCraft, the games, StarCraft 2, all that stuff, real-time strategy. This game actually looks cool. If you look at footage for Stormgate and you like StarCraft and you like real-time strategies, just look up a video on Stormgate. Trust me, it looks pretty cool. Like, the promises are great. I want to see reviews to really know if it's worth it. The thing that made this particular Gamescom event for Stormgate funny is they were like, oh yeah, and by the way, the Chainsmokers are writing songs for this game, and like you could see
that's where you got called on the stream. I remember that.
Yeah, because like I called it out because like Blessing was like talking over it, and I was like, what, the Chainsmokers? And so then in the chat I was like, they talked over it, but the Chainsmokers are making a song. And then they like stopped the stream and said like, oh yeah, by the way, OM Jesus wants everyone to know the Chainsmokers. And I was like, look, it's just weird, okay? I'm not like the biggest Chainsmokers fan, but I'm like, this game, like this weird fucking RTS people don't even know about. What does the Chainsmokers have to do with this? So I just thought that was a funny story.
I was watching downstairs on the living room TV, and Aisha was like making lunch, and she was like, "Oh, I'm Jesus," when they called your name out. I was like, "Yeah, he's in the chat."
Yeah, you know, I love them. Love those guys. But I'm stoked for the game. And then we got the Last Epoch, which is like a Diablo game. It actually looks kind of cool. Look into it. We won't spend time really talking about that. Marvel Snap coming natively to PC. That's huge for Snap fans. In fact, I might try fucking around with Snap on PC. Who knows?
It's probably kind of fun to click and stuff and do it that way. You know, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, higher def card variants, right? That's kind of cool. This animation was dope, by the way. So like, I recommend you watch it. We're not trying to watch the whole thing here. Armor Core 6 was here for some reason. What was it?
Yeah,
just a quick commercial
launch trailer kind of thing.
Oh yeah, we got the launch trailer. We got a Warhaven trailer. That game's been in like open beta for 6 billion years. It's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. And then we got the Mortal Kombat trailer. So let's talk about this for a sec. How cool was it? Was it like ultra cool? Slightly cool? How cool do you think this was?
This was like the Outworld trailer, so it was talking like all the Outworld characters and stuff, which I like.
Yeah.
You know, the characters they showed off. I think this is like Shao Kahn, maybe. They didn't
like,
actually say what it was.
It's a different version of Shao Kahn. Like he's called like General Shao or something like that. Because like they've rebooted the entire universe. Like, Raiden isn't the god, Liu Kang is the god, and now Raiden is Liu Kang's type of character, and now like the Sub-Zero and Scorpion are like brothers or something. So like everything's kind of different. This game is gonna be incredible. The footage we saw, by the way, this is 18 plus here. Sorry about the gore. Everything I'm seeing about this Mortal Kombat game is incredible, and like the fact that we have this coming, Tekken 8, we already have Street Fighter. It's just insane for fighting games. We also have the game from the League of Legends devs coming out, the Fighter. So if you're into fighting games, you're feasting. And this game is going to be really sick. And this trailer just kind of shows that off. And again, always love to see Ed Boon. I would love to have a beer with Ed Boon. And that's all I have to say about Mortal Kombat.
Agreed. Yeah, I think the atmospheres and the environments that they're fighting in look incredibly gorgeous. Cutscenes look really insane, and I played Mortal Kombat 11 mostly just for its story. I don't think I played a single arcade match or online match, and it was awesome. It was totally enjoyable all the way through, and yeah, NetherRealm's doing really good stuff with fighting game storylines, so that's cool.
Yeah, I feel like the writing from NetherRealm is incredible, and like these are really good stories, and like these are like what you would think would be a bro game, and it's like a deep, compelling story, which is really cool. So yeah,
they lean into the camp of it. Obviously, like it's like kind of ridiculous, like people are ripping people's spines out and shit, but they do it with enough tact that it's not like it's not just cheesy for like unbeknownst to itself. It's self-aware cheesy, and it's good.
Yeah, I just love the stage of video games we're in, where it's like we're not afraid to be what we should be, you know, in terms of like what a game can be, and like leaning into things rather than trying not to be things, you know, or trying to be something specific.
It's full circle where it was like originally Mortal Kombat was kind of shock and awe, but truly revolutionary.
Yeah.
Then it got kind of like almost cringy because it was so like kind of up in its own ass a little bit, and now
Right.
it seems to have come across the other side where they're like, let's just do this really, really well, and also make a really fun game. So
Very well put, man. And I totally agree with that. Miguel, what do you think about this footage?
It's like Mortal Kombat.
Did you see that?
I did.
Yeah. What do you think of that? Is it sick or what?
I'm gonna be honest. I probably wouldn't play it.
You'd be like, you just kill me, and then I'm not having fun. Fuck this.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
At
look,
least
this chick's hair just went and replaced his arms, and now she's like ripping them apart. And
Ooh.
there's his spine.
wow. Look at that haunch of meat right there.
That is a carcass.
Yikes.
That's how it comes out. It just comes out in one big piece.
Yeah, it's just one big old chunk.
It's like gutting a fish.
Then we got Aura History Untold, just another 4X game like Civilization or any strategy game, but this looks really cool to me. It almost looks like the graphics of a Sim City or a City Skyline, but like like a strategy game or 4X game. So
Interesting. Okay.
I've heard that the onus of this game, modus operandi, I don't know, that the idea of this game is that actually you're trying to improve the environment as opposed to build up on top of it. Like, yeah, so it's actually like you're trying to like live in harmony with the planet rather than dominate it type of thing.
You're only selling me more on this. This is a Jacob ass game, as I would put it. I cannot wait for this, and yes, it'll be on Game Pass because this is a Microsoft-owned developer.
It is.
Moving on, Diablo 4 already has its Season 2 trailer.
Season 2.
We're still going in Season 1, but it's going to be about vampires. The cool thing is, if you know her, Emoji Squeeze, I know you do, the voice of the main character / vampire slayer in Season 2 is Gemma Chan, who is an Asian actress who's been in stuff like the Eternals and I think Crazy Rich Asians, and they actually brought her out on stage during Gamescom to be like, oh yeah, I'm part of video games now. I've never done a video game character, so there's Gemma Chan. I thought this was really cool,
Forget what else she's been into, but I saw her in something recently. I forget, but
yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's great.
And now she's gonna be a fucking.
Well, where are you
person.
with Diablo? Do you think you're gonna continue to go into the seasons, or how are you feeling about that game?
You can't stop me from playing Diablo, okay?
Good.
Because whenever I'm like staring at my computer or whatever, and I'm just like, I don't know what to play, I just grab my controller and I just start playing Diablo every time, because it's always like just a lot of fun to just kind of run through and murder. And like there's all sorts of classes and builds, and I've only now made 2 characters, so got to try all the classes. I'm probably going to do 1 class per season. So, and I know that like, watching all the dev interviews and stuff, fireside chats, they're improving the game. So by Season 4, I think the game will be in its golden era. You know what I mean?
Well, it seems like you've already gotten a lot of time and fun out of it, so I wouldn't say, even though like some of the games as a service elements of it could be considered like, a little predatory or something like that, it still seems like you already got a huge amount of time and fun out of the game. So like, this is just extra end game stuff on top of it, right? So
yeah, I've beaten the game, and I like the story. So like at the end of the day, like it was a great experience, and I just have fun playing in general. And
enjoy it then.
And I'm always ready to squad up. So one day you'll get it, and then we'll play together as well.
Indeed.
Excuse me, and there's Rod Ferguson. So just saying that. And then the last couple games, we got Dustborn, which I'm not interested in. Another Greg Miller style narrative game with like a lot of systems. I don't know. Thoughts?
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like a Road 96 with a combat system. I dropped off a Road 96. It was an interesting kind of narrative. Kind of reminded me of like As Dusk Falls, but a little bit different. But this, I'm just not quite sure. This seems like it's trying to do a few too many things to me. There's this other game. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like a
right here.
No, I'm talking about Dustborn. It was called Season, maybe. That looked really cool. It was like about riding around on a bike and documenting the end of the world or something like that. And it didn't pan out apparently as much as people were saying. So So I don't think I'll play this. Anyway, there's just other games that I'd play before that one, I guess is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, yeah, and there's too many games to play like just whatever, right? Like these days. But I don't know what the fuck this game is called, but like look at this art style. Looks like Cartoon Network. I'm hella stoked for this one. What do you think of this, Miguel?
It's interesting.
Look at
I'd be curious. I might play this.
See, I see this over the sand game that we just looked at, and I'm like, yes, that looks like fun. I could see myself smoking a bunch of weed and just like sitting down, fucking around with this weird game and just laughing the whole time.
It's pretty impressive, really. Like
Yeah.
the world is so detailed. The animation is so good. It's like how is this a video game? It's pretty wild. I mean, I think some of the gameplay is probably going to be kind of like Untitled Goosey or like kind of goofy, but like if it has charm and funny characters and the humor hits, I bet you it's going to be awesome.
We're not even hearing like any audio, and I'm beyond charmed. So, totally intrigued by this one, and I will be wishlist. Oh, there you go. Thank goodness you're here. I will be wishlisting the fuck out of this game. Looks really cool to me. And then finally we got Alan Wake 2, a trailer. We're seeing the game really in action. The blending of the real footage filmed as well as like the gameplay, and honestly like the graphics are so good. It was hard for me to tell upon my first viewing like when I'm looking at a real actor and when I'm actually like looking at gameplay. I honestly like Alan Wake 1 was like a super huge hit. It doesn't super hold up these days, although I believe the second game in the series does more, I think. But this game, I think it's going to be incredible. I think that everyone's going to love it. And it's coming out in October. So,
yeah, Control was like secretly like one of the best like Jedi games ever. You can like use the Force throughout that whole game, but then also shoot stuff. The narrative of Control didn't fully get there for me, but I loved the gameplay of it and the style of everything and the like, brutalist architecture and stuff. So the fact that this is leaning into like even more of the survival horror stuff and stuff, I think it's going to be a really good tone piece for sure. And I like the protagonist and the kind of dual campaign thing that you can do, and yeah, it'll probably be rad.
Yeah, if I was to recommend any video games to Miguel, it would be 2 Remedy video games. It would be Control, 100%. Miguel, if you've never played Control, please buy it for your PS5 as soon as possible. And number 2, it'd probably be this game, Alan Wake 2. Just because like Remedy has been taking this sort of like kind of spooky / X-Files turn with their games with the introduction of Control, and they're really special, and I really could see you enjoying the shit out of both of them, honestly.
Yeah, the X-Files as and what do they call it? Like the anomaly, I forget what they call it, but like
it's like SCP,
something of that. Yeah,
it's like the SCP-ness of it.
They investigate all these weird, unexplainable events, and like it's a really cool premise for sure.
Yeah, if you know about SCP, I think I've told you about this, Miguel. We've done this actually on the podcast before. Secure, control, protect. Control did took like a ton of inspiration from those, and like they just built a game around it, and so it's just really weird and cool. Yeah. So there you go. That was pretty much it, right? With Gamescom. Overall, like I feel like there's 3.5 is a fair spot for this. I guess I could say maybe a 4 because it's got some cool shit there, but I'm gonna stick with the 3.5 because when I was watching it live, like I just had a few moments where I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think when you compare it to like the other showcases that we have around the gaming sphere, like we were talking about with Xbox's showcase last year, previous PlayStation stuff in the past, I just feel like there hasn't been there's definitely been way higher stuff. So I would maybe even put it lower in comparison to those things. But as compared to other opening night live stuff, I'd say this is one of the tightest and better shows, and all that. Yeah, I gotta wrap it up. I gotta go help with the baby. She's having a fit over here.
All right. Do you have an endorsement you want to throw out real quick?
Sure, I'll endorse something. I'm gonna endorse. I'm gonna endorse. Damn it! I definitely did not bring anything. I will think about it real fast. Oh, how about this? How about Earl Grey tea? It's pretty good. I shouldn't be having any now
Earl
because it's 8:30
Grey
at
is
night.
delicious.
But
That's
it's so
awesome.
good.
So
Put a little
good.
honey in there, maybe a little milk if you're feeling a little frisky, and yeah, Earl Grey rules.
Sweet, man. All right. Well, you get out of here, and we'll figure out the rest. No worries.
I'll leave my window up so that it
Okay.
doesn't ruin your thing.
Thanks. I
But
appreciate
I love you.
that.
I love you guys. Thanks for making this a shorter one, and
Yeah.
we'll be back next week with more Neon Pocket Dimension.
Yeah. Feel better, bro.
Love you guys. Peace.
Love you, man. Miguel, do you have an endorsement prepared?
I don't have one prepared, but let's just do Dos Equis.
Perfect. It's great. You can make a good michelada out of it,
Yeah.
and all that fun
Good
stuff. I love it.
Or just Mexican beer in general.
Cerveza. Cervezas.
Yeah.
My endorsement, we talked about it before, and I just want to reiterate it, is Age of Empires 4. I feel like people should care about this game. It's fun. It's great. I would like to battle people out there. If you want to battle me, find me on everything as OMJesus. And just, you got Game Pass, try it. Now it's on console and everything. I honestly, earlier today, I was thinking, I was racking my brain for an endorsement. I was like, I never endorse video games. And I really wanted to just tell people out there, Age of Empires 4, it's a great game. It's really a lot like Age of Empires 2, just better, just new, and ready for your time, man. And you learn a lot of history actually playing that game. The campaigns teach you real history. They show you, they take a lot of video of the real places of the battles that you're about to participate in, and they tell you the story of, historical London stuff, or excuse me, London, English history of castles and kings and French people and Mongolians and all sorts of crazy shit, man. So get out there, play Age of Empires 4. Yeah, I think that's all we have this week, Miguel.
Yeah, and tacos.
Tacos.
I'm gonna go eat some tacos.
Fuck yeah, tacos. And we're gonna come over tomorrow. Meet the cat. Yeah. So pretty excited. We'll take some pictures with Sebastian and put them on put them somewhere. We'll tweet it out on our Neon Pocket Dimension page.
Tweet them out.
Yeah, if you wanna follow us on Twitter, we're at our
MPD Squad.
x.com/MPD Squad. I think still Twitter.
No, just call it Twitter. Don't give in to.
Just look at the bottom of this.
Just go to Twitter at MPD Squad.
Yeah, please do
Follow
that.
us there.
Please, you can see it at the bottom of the screen now.
YouTube Odd Valley Studios.
Yeah. At youtube.com/
Studios.
There you go. Yeah, find all our content on there. We actually had an Odd Valley last Friday. It was a lot of fun. I put it up yesterday, I think, or it may have gone live today. We talked about fitness with my cousin. It was a really fun episode. Check that out. Do all the cool shit. But we'll see you next week. I think we'll be back to Tuesday. So be there, be square, 7 p.m. Twitch.tv/Neon Pocket Dimension. Say goodbye, Miguel.
Goodbye, Miguel.
Perfect.
That's all, folks.
Goodbye.